Well, you're here because you filled out a survey about a guy, and there's sobering news. His grade is D. With this guy, it's best to stay away. Welcome to the Strong Brew, where you get answers to questions you're not supposed to ask. These are some things you may want to know about the man in your life. If you do really well in your career, will he become insecure? Will he try and use money to control you? Will he share housework or just make you do it all? In fights, when he gets angry, does he get aggressive? During intimacy, does he understand that no means no? Is he jealous, suspicious, or possessive? Will his attitude towards you change after having kids? Will he treat your parents with respect? What if you have conflicts with his parents? We tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. These are things nobody else will tell you. Things that are important for your future. This is a safe space for truth. No judgment, no platitudes, no login, no payment either. Our questions are from real life, but our answers come from science. Now, I built this thing, me and my husband, and honestly, we built it and we live it. We are both Stanford grads, we both have worked at Google, and we've been happily together since 1998. Along the way, we've added a son, now 13, and 4 dogs. We are genuine folks. If you're a woman trying to understand any man in your life, here is how it works. Go to www.thestrongbrew.life. Click on the Understand a Guy button there. Answer 10 questions about him. Watch a video tailored to your guy. That's all there is to it. It is completely anonymous, no login, no payment, no games, no manipulation. This analysis is obtained by combining solid trait psychology with cutting edge AI ML. We represent each person's personality with what is known as a feature vector. This has 10 elements, so our data is effectively 10-dimensional data. In case you're wondering how we can infer so much from just 10 questions, well, 10-dimensional data is very complex. There is a lot you can learn from that level of detail.
Okay, I think that does it for the preamble. Now let's plunge in. Let's start with this guy in his career. Will he go far or just talk big?
He is more likely just talking big than actually moving forward in his career. While he may dress well and speak politely, he usually lacks the drive to work hard and push through tough times. If things don't go his way, he can get frustrated quickly and may blame others or withdraw.
Can he bounce back from failure?
When things go wrong at work, he is more likely to break down rather than bounce back. He gets upset and can lose his temper quickly, sometimes snapping at others or going silent for days. Instead of looking for solutions, he might blame those around him or withdraw into himself.
What do people at work think of him? Do they like him?
People at work may find him polite on the surface, but he often struggles to form close or trustworthy relationships. He's quick to get into arguments or lose his cool if things don't go his way, making teamwork hard. While he tries to keep up appearances, his harsh words and sudden anger can push people away.
If you do really well in your career, will he become insecure?
If you shine in your own career, he's more likely to feel insecure than proud. Instead of celebrating your success, he may see it as competition or a threat to his own importance. In short, don't expect open support. Your wins might just make him feel left behind or angry.
What if you start earning more than him?
If you earn more than him, he will most likely resent it and feel insecure deep down. Instead of celebrating what you've achieved, he might sulk, make cutting remarks, or even get into fights over other small matters. It's his way of coping with feeling less important. You may feel judged or blamed for things that aren't actually your fault.
Next, let's talk about how he is with money. Does he overspend? Is he reckless with money?
He tends to be careful with money and likes to keep things organized so he won't spend without thinking. He prefers having control over finances and may stick to a strict budget or keep close track of expenses. Most of the time, he's responsible with spending, but his emotions can sometimes get in the way, leading to unexpected choices.
Does he show off and pretend to be richer than he is?
He usually tries to live within his means and keeps things tidy and managed, but there is a chance he'll pretend to be richer than he really is. He cares a lot about how others see him, so he may spend extra on clothes, gadgets, or other things just to look good in front of people. When angry or upset, he might make some flashy purchases or boast about what he owns to feel better.
Is he too generous, too stingy, or just right?
He is more tight with money and mindset than open handed and kind. He keeps close control over what he spends and is careful with sharing, sometimes making others feel left out or unwanted. Be prepared for firm boundaries and little warmth when it counts.
Will he use money to try and control you?
He's more likely to be secretive and controlling about money than open and honest. He wants to know exactly where every rupee goes and may not easily share details about his own spending or saving. This kind of behavior can make you feel left out and unsure where you really stand.
Let's see how this guy is with sharing housework. Will he share housework or just make you do it?
He's likely to believe that housework is mostly your job, not something to be shared. He likes things to be neat and orderly, but feels it's your responsibility to keep it that way, and may even complain if things aren't done to his standard. If you want a partner who rolls up his sleeves alongside you, this may not be the right match.
Will he help you or just boss you around and tell you what to do?
He's more likely to just help by supervising you rather than actually doing chores or changing diapers himself. He might stand nearby, give directions, or point out what needs to be done, but rarely gets his own hands dirty. Don't expect a true partner in everyday tasks. You'll likely be left handling most of it alone.
Now let's see about how this guy is during fights. In fights, does he try to understand your views or just win the fight?
He usually argues just to prove he's right, rather than taking time to understand your side. If you share your feelings or concerns, he may interrupt, get defensive, or even raise his voice, focusing on winning the argument instead of finding a solution together. He rarely listens with kindness or tries to see where you're coming from, which can leave you feeling unseen and unheard.
Does he become aggressive when angry?
When he's angry, he often crosses the line and doesn't stay respectful. He may say hurtful things, use harsh words, or even shout to get his point across. Instead of calming down and talking things through, he lets his temper take over and lashes out.
Does he have a bad temper?
Yes, this is definitely the kind of man who gets angry very quickly, often over small things. His temper can be sudden and strong, making everyday life feel stressful and unpredictable. This quick anger isn't just a small flaw, it's a serious red flag that should not be ignored.
Will he say sorry and accept his mistakes?
He finds it very hard to say sorry or truly take responsibility when things go wrong. Instead, he's much more likely to blame you, make excuses, or shift the fault onto someone else. Even if he knows deep down he made a mistake, admitting it out loud is not easy for him.
Next, let's talk about intimacy and physical chemistry. During intimacy, does he respect your boundaries? Does he get that no means no?
He is not the kind of man who easily respects boundaries, and he may struggle to accept no without pushing back. If you say you're uncomfortable or set a limit, whether it's about your time, space, or body, he might get annoyed, argue, or try to pressure you to change your mind. This behavior is worrying and should not be ignored.
If you are not in the mood for intimacy, will he react badly?
Yes, he is the kind of man who takes it personally if you're not in the mood for intimacy. Instead of understanding and respecting your feelings, he might get upset, sulk, or make you feel guilty for saying no. You may feel pressured to give in just to keep the peace.
Can you trust him not to shame you or share your private moments, maybe love letters, photos, or videos, even after a breakup or a bad fight?
You cannot fully trust him to handle private moments with care. If things go wrong between you, he may bring up or twist these private details to hurt, embarrass, or control you during arguments. He doesn't always show respect for your boundaries or feelings and may use what you've shared in confidence to gain the upper hand if he feels upset or challenged.
Is he loyal or is he likely to want to have affairs?
He is not the most trustworthy when it comes to staying faithful. Even if he acts like he's in control and wants things neat at home, he can get easily distracted by other women and may not value loyalty the same way you do. You may find yourself worrying about him straying or not being fully committed.
Will he be jealous, suspicious, and try to control you?
Yes, he is very likely to be over possessive, acting jealous and controlling in your relationship. He may question where you go, who you talk to, or even get upset if you spend time with friends or family. This kind of behavior doesn't come from love, it comes from wanting control and power.
This guy says he is protective in a good way. Is he actually just being possessive?
Yes, his so called protective nature is actually a sign of a controlling personality. He may claim he's looking out for you or wants what's best, but what he really wants is to decide what you do, who you see, and how you live your life. True protection means supporting and empowering you, not taking away your freedom.
Now, onto the topic of kids and how this guy will be as a father. If you guys have kids, will he make you do most of the work?
He will most likely expect you to do most of the work when it comes to parenting rather than seeing it as a team effort. He may give orders or set rules, but when it's time for hands on care, feeding, baths, schoolwork, or bedtime, he'll expect you to handle it. When you ask for help, he might get irritated or act like it's not his job.
Kids are very messy. Will he lose his temper with them?
When the kids mess up or get upset, he's much more likely to lose his temper than to stay calm. Small mistakes may lead to loud scoldings, harsh words, or angry outbursts, leaving the kids feeling scared or anxious. A calm and patient parent helps kids grow. A hot temper only makes home life harder.
If you guys have kids, will he still support your career?
He is unlikely to support your role as both a mother and your own person. While he may expect you to do a lot for the family, he won't easily accept your need for personal time, work goals, or your own interests outside of home duties. Every woman deserves support for her full self, not just the part that serves others.
Will this man say one thing early on, maybe while dating, and then later after kids and marriage change his tune and try to make you give up your career?
Yes, he is exactly the kind of man who might support your career at first, only to ask you to quit once you have a child. In the beginning, he may act encouraging, but deep down, he expects you to put family and his needs above your own goals. Be careful, your freedom and happiness matter too.
Next, let's see how this guy treats your parents. Will he be respectful with your parents?
He will most likely act polite on the surface, but not show real warmth to your parents. Expect him to greet them and follow the basic manners, but the genuine care, thoughtful gestures, and true conversation may be missing. Over time, you may notice that visits feel formal and distant, not like a loving family connection. He is much more likely to expect your family to change for him than to truly adjust himself.
What if your family creates stress or interferes a bit in your lives?
If your family creates stress or interferes, he is more likely to make things worse than to handle it calmly. Instead of talking things out or trying to find a peaceful solution, he may quickly lose his temper, say harsh things, or even refuse to see your family altogether. His reactions can turn small misunderstandings into big fights, adding more pressure to you and everyone involved.
Then let's analyze the role this guy's family will play in your life. Is this man modern with you but a completely different person when other people, say his parents or bosses, are around?
Yes, he is exactly the kind of man who may act modern and open minded with you in private, but expect you to be a traditional, supportive wife in front of his relatives. When you're alone, he might be relaxed about things, but as soon as family or elders are around, he will expect you to act, dress, and speak in a way that fits traditional roles. This double standard can make you feel stuck between two worlds, never really free to be yourself.
If there is tension between you and his parents, will he support you?
If there's tension, he is likely to stay out of it or even quietly side with his family rather than truly support you. He may avoid taking a stand, hoping the problem just goes away, or expect you to make all the adjustments to keep the peace. True support means standing by you, not just watching from the sidelines.
Say you have a conflict with his mother. What will this guy do?
He is very likely a mummy's boy, which means he will almost always choose his mother's side in any conflict with you. Even if you're right or feeling hurt, he'll look to his mother for approval and may expect you to adjust or apologize. Living with this dynamic can leave you feeling lonely and second best, no matter how hard you try.
Will he share all the private details of your relationship with his mother or sister?
Yes, he is likely to share details of your fights or private moments with his mother or sister. Whenever there's tension or disagreement, he might quickly tell them what happened, often from his point of view, without thinking about your privacy or feelings. Over time, this can leave you feeling exposed, misunderstood, and like you're never truly alone together.
Now let's zoom out and put it all together.
Overall, based on all we know, this guy scores a D. I think it's just best to stay away. Being in a relationship with this man day in and day out can feel exhausting and lonely. You may find yourself always trying to keep the peace, walking on eggshells around his temper and rarely receiving real support or warmth.